Hey everybody. So I thought I'd do a random live video. My videos are kind of random as far as live ones. Now the regular ones I do once a week. I'll post videos of me singing original songs and different things like that. But I had a request, and I've actually had requests over the years to give some singing tips. In fact, a few years ago, I actually had a couple of people who knew me who asked me if they could pay me to give them some voice lessons. And I did because they wanted, and I told them, you don't have to pay, but they said, well, I'd like to pay you because I know that you're going to really help me. And of course, the money, helped me too. But I'm not professional. I don't have a degree in teaching or like voice teaching or anything like that. I have taught elementary school, but basically, I gave them tips, and we both could see, everybody could see the results. It really helped them. So I am not going to give you all the tips at once because that would be a really long video. There's actually a lot to learn about singing. And there's things, even though I've been singing since I was 2, I've been singing in church, and then I started singing in various school plays and musicals. And I went on to college and I sang in college choirs too. But I am not a professional as far as teaching. So what I'm telling you, it's things that I've learned along the way. It's things that I've heard and I applied to my music and my singing, and it actually really helped me. So that's some of the tips that I'm giving you. And I think for one thing, the most important thing that you probably need to know is to keep your voice warmed up. There's what I like to call a morning voice. When I get up in the morning, I haven't talked, I haven't sang, I haven't done anything for like a few hours because I was sleeping. So if I start even talking, but especially if I start trying to sing with that kind of a voice, it sounds terrible. It sounds all scratchy. I can't reach high notes. I need to warm up my voice. And I used to hear that at school, and sometimes we'd laugh about it because in the classes they'd give us these weird warm up songs, but it actually helped. And I'm not going to tell you to do some sort of weird warm up song, but I'm going to tell you warm up your voice before you sing. So practice, practice, practice. Don't sing so much that you lose your voice, and don't ever try to force the notes out. I've heard people that said, well, when I have trouble singing or hitting a note, I just sing louder. But that's really not good because then it sounds like they're screeching or they're yelling. And so the best thing to do is if you're having trouble reaching a note, sing it a little softer, maybe even go into sort of a falsetto voice, or pick another song. And that's why it's really, really important to practice the song before you sing it. And I know all about sometimes just having somebody spur of the moment say, hey, can you sing this song for me? Or, hey, can you help me? I want to sing this song and I'd like you to sing with me. And of course, I do it because I love to sing. But if you are going to sing professionally, you need to warm your voice up. You need to practice whatever song you're going to sing before you record it, before you play it for anybody, before you sing it for anybody. Even if it's a song that you know and you sang it over and over, if you have not sang that song that day, you need to practice it before you sing it. And so some of the best vocal warm-ups that I could suggest are just simple things like singing a song that you know. Just sing it. You could sing it without music, or you can, put the song on if you have it, and listen to it and sing along with it. And that way it will warm up your voice. And at first, your voice is going to sound squeaky and weird, but the more you sing it and the more your voice is going to get warmed up and the better it's going to sound. So start with something simple like Mary Had a Little Lamb or something. Pretty much everyone knows that song. You can just sing, Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. And of course, in the morning, my voice doesn't sound quite as nice as that. And right now, my voice isn't even up to par because I have some sort of cough or something going on because it's been really, really cold here in Oregon. But that's just an example of a simple song you can sing that can help your voice to get warmed up. And you just sing it over and over, 2, 3 times until you feel like your voice is warmed up and you feel like your voice, it's comfortable to sing. And the other thing, keep hydrated. Don't drink like soda and stuff that's going to be real sticky and syrupy, because that will just like give you phlegm in your throat. Don't drink milk or chocolate milk, as tasty as it might be. Don't do that when you're going to sing. Stay hydrated with water. That really is the best thing. Not tap water, because that has a bunch of crud in it. Get purified water, get bottled water. It doesn't have to be expensive. You don't have to go out and spend, $20 for a bottle of water. Just get some sort of bottled water that is purified and drink that. Stay hydrated. So do your warm up vocals, pick a song, a simple song, sing it over and over again, practice, and warm up with that and hydrate yourself with water, because your voice, your vocal cords, you need to be really careful with them, because I'm sure some of you have probably heard of people getting nodules. Basically, that is because they've probably been singing too much, or they've been straining their voice in some way to where it gets these things that are like bumps or little things that are on your vocal cords, and you can't sing. And it can cause a bunch of other problems. I've actually known a couple preachers who got them, and they didn't even sing, but it was just from speaking a lot and preaching, and they ended up having to take a break and having somebody else speak for them because they had these nodules and they couldn't really talk. So you want to really take care of your voice. And so you don't want to try to force any notes out. You don't want to screech. You don't want to yell. You want to make sure that you warm up, then you can sing, and keep drinking water. Don't drink so much that you have to run to the bathroom. But those are the two really important things, is to warm up your vocal cords and drink water. There's several other tips, and I'll share those later. But if you're just starting out, you don't want to hear a bunch of information, because that can be very overwhelming. Because like I said, there's a lot to know about singing, but it isn't as complicated as some people try to make it. It really isn't. If you love to sing, sing. By all means, just do it. And if you want to sing professionally, though, that's different. You do need to take care of your voice. And like I said, singing a warm up song and drinking water, that's going to really help. It's going to help the notes to be clearer. It's going to help your voice not to sound strained. And the more you practice, the more flexible your voice is going to be. And so don't worry if your voice doesn't sound like some singer that can go all over the place. Don't worry about that. As long as the notes are clear and you're on key and your voice is not strained and you're having fun, that's really what counts. And of course, you need to connect with your audience. If you are recording or singing professionally, you need to make sure that your audience understands what you're singing. And like I said, there's other tips, but the two I'm sharing with you are probably the most important to me. And that is warm up your voice, take care of it, and drink water. Stay hydrated, especially if you're going to perform or record, even just making sound recordings. So those are the two main tips I wanted to share with you today, and I'll have more later, maybe next week. So thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a great day and just keep singing.